this is the end of the ANC, that whoever wins this battle will preside over a scorched piece of earth. I mean, do you think, A, that that's true? And secondly, do you think that the people who are fighting over this piece of ground realize that what they might inherit as winners may not be worth much?
It is interesting in that I feel like it's quite true, you know. Often we've been lambasted as journalists for writing the obituaries of the ANC. I think we've never reached that point more than ever before. This is it, if anything. And I base that, John, on an understanding from the different groupings, you know. I can tell you now, and not to say that they're the better half or they're cleaner politicians. There are no clean politicians from where I stand, generally.
Yes.
But you've got people who are in the president's corner who make an argument that come what may, they will not move forward with the so-called thugs of the ANC, that if it means that the ANC, the movement must die, then so be it. But they won't move beyond December with the thugs that they're trying to clean out of the organization. Then you've got these people who are really, who smell blood, as they usually say to me,
right,
and who will not back down from this fight. And they're saying, yes, we're asking the ANC to choose us or them. And they must make a decision. There's no going back. If it means this, they go bruise to the elections and come back with nothing, so be it. So the different groupings are at that point of no return. They believe they're beyond the point of engagement. The ANC has always made it a point to say that they're a party that's able to come to the table and talk through issues. They always tell you about the Morogoro conference and what OR Tambo was able to do when the party was at its most fractured. But what I think they often fail to recognize that it wasn't in governance then, that whatever fights and battles were happening at that time, it wasn't over the resources that we are seeing now.
Yes.
They were not in government and having to account to beyond just themselves as an organization. And I think that's part and parcel of what the struggle has been. They speak a lot about career politicians, but they've done very little over the years to actually weed this out of the system. And they've come to a point where I think they must make a decision about what kind of ANC they want to see move forward. And as you speak, the election has been also communicating over the years. I always think about Gauteng, and every engagement I have with ANC leaders about 2024, I say, but you know Gauteng is gone. That there's no point in even saying, oh, it actually makes no difference, really.
Yes.
You might get the parents or vote with Panyaza's there because it's popular with parents. But ultimately, actually, you've lost the province. You don't govern the municipalities in the province and metros. And you are now also calculating what the rural vote would mean, with some leaders from the rural provinces seeking to come to the fore because they think that that's the only way you manage to survive. That tells you something about how you squandered all the goodwill and every trust and faith people had in you as a governing party from the dawn of democracy, of course.
News.
Experts.
Analysis.
Where things stand.
What you need to know. Drive home with John Perlman
On 702.